Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here with me today. I am here with my beautiful friend, Veronica. Hello, Veronica. Please introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about who you are and why you're here with me today.
Hi, Erin. I'm so excited to be here. This is so exciting. Great. It's such an amazing opportunity to be able to do this. Well, I'm here with you because I started the process of a leap year a month ago, a couple of months ago, when you uh, started to create this, even before even the course started, when you started to create this within you. I knew it was something I was meant to do. I knew that this was something that had been waiting for me. It was the next step in my journey. And I knew that I had no other options. That's how I felt. I felt that the option of not doing Live Year with Erin is not an option. So that's one of the reasons I'm here. And it's because I've always known that there is something I have to, uh, a mission that I have, something to share with the world, something to let my voice out to the world and create something beautiful for people to heal, to welcome them back to their own self, to their higher self. And that's what led me to Leap Year. You know, I've been working with you for years, but Leap Year was a no-brainer. So I'm in the process of starting Lumina Circle. Lumina Circle is a sacred space created for you to remember who you truly are. It's a sacred space for people to reconnect with their divine self and a place to go back to trusting and knowing. Yes, and like I said before, my name is Veronica Nouel, and I am a powerful spiritual guide and healer.
Oh, Veronica, I love that so much. So let's go back to the beginning of your journey with me because you have evolved and stepped into your power in such big ways that it just blows me away. And I am so excited to walk with you, to know you, to be a witness for your evolution and your expansion and everything that you're choosing to say yes to in your world. Let's go back to the beginning of your journey with me. How did you find me?
I found you through your book. I was looking for a book to read on Amazon, and your book popped up. It was one of those really dark moments when I had, a really tough time. I was having a really tough time. I wanted to find a book, something to read, and your book popped up. And I think I read the sample, and I'm like, okay, I need to read this. But the funny thing is, I didn't read it. I did not read it. At the moment I purchased the book, and, at the moment I purchased it, I did not read it for a few months until, like it always happens, until I was ready. And when I read the book, I was just, yes, this is true, this is true, this is true. I have, it was like reaffirming everything that I already knew to be true. So from there, I went into your website. Like I said, when I bought your book, I just read a little bit, didn't really read, I mean, the first time, but then after reading the book, I went into your website and I started to see, the different offerings that you had. And I did, some of the activations that you had back then. And then I was hooked. I think that's been 3, 4 years now.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's been many years. I feel like almost as long as I've had my business, you've been walking with me. Okay, so tell me about how taking some of my classes has helped you trust and find next levels of your intuition and inner power. How has that journey been for you?
Oh, wow. Your teachings they lead you back to who you truly are. They remind you of your power, of your yeah, that inner power that is within you. And it really, it, you help release all the things that are blocking that truth to come to you. So I think one of the biggest moments was you are the one that gives you permission. When I heard you said that once, it was like, oh my God, yeah, you're the one you've been waiting for. That really started to open up for me a path of, oh God, it's me. It's me that, that I have to start trusting. It's me that it's not, it's been blocking me. So that path of releasing, of remembering, yeah, truly remembering my true self, my strength, my power, and the giving me the confidence to believe in myself. I think that was that's one of the most impactful parts of the process. It's yeah, it's finding someone that tells you that that you're not crazy, that all these things that you've been feeling your entire life, they're real. They are there for a reason. And that your job is to trust that, to listen to that. And the moment that starts to click in, I mean, life definitely changes. And I think that yeah, that's how you brought me to a place of trusting myself and knowing that who I am. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Veronica. It's emotional for me because I know how deeply embodied that you have become in every word that you speak. It's not just so many people talk about these concepts, but they're not living them. And I have watched you again and again and again. Now I'm going to cry. I've watched you again and again and again make choices in alignment
Mm,
with your intuition. And
yes.
they were sometimes scary choices. They were sometimes hard choices. And
Yeah.
I would love to hear, I mean, you don't have to share anything you don't want to share, but I would just love to hear about your journey when you really started saying yes
Yes.
to
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
intuitive inner knowing.
Yes, that was quantum business. What's the name of the course? Quantum business.
Quantum business money blueprint.
Yes,
Business,
yes,
one of the
yes.
quantum money
That was
business blueprint.
yes, yeah. That was the one when I knew I had been married for 24 years, and for a very long time I've been wanting to create my own business, to do something on my own. And when I started doing that course with you, um, I remember that, the first, like with you, always the first steps is to release, to recognize what no longer serves you anymore. And in the process of starting to do that, I guess my soul started to recognize that my ex-husband was not serving me anymore for my next step in my evolution in life. So it was really interesting how all the the synchronicity of events and how it all happened. Because as I start the course, I start working on releasing what no longer serves me. I start, activating what comes next. Activating the different parts of me that need to, yeah, open up for create a new business. And as this happened, God, life guided me to find out that my husband had been having an affair. And what is interesting about this process is that I was already in a place where I knew that the marriage had to end. I didn't know how to end it. And I found all those receipts, because it was a bunch of receipts of traveling receipts. When I found them, all I heard was, "This is your ticket out. This is your ticket out." So immediately I was able to connect, that moment with, what I've been doing, what I've been asking for. And I saw it immediately. This is my ticket out. I've been asking for expansion. I've been asking for something, to be able to finally step into my soul mission, the next step in my life. And life just served everything right in front of me. Yeah, yeah. I cannot say that it was easy. It was I always call it the most horrible, beautiful gift that I have ever received. It was a really tough process that lasted over almost 2 years. But life every time kept showing me signs and signs that I was being led, that I was being protected. And every time I doubt, life, would show me, something, would give me something that would remind me, no, you have to trust, you have to trust. And through that process, it was beautiful because I went from trusting and really, really trusting to stepping into knowing. And that moment was just incredible. The moment when you have trust so much that then you don't trust anymore. You just know that you're loved, you're held, you're protected, and you are always guided. So, and everything is happening for you. That was another thing that came from your teachings. That's everything is happening for you. And to be able to see every single little piece of the puzzle and how everything has been happening for me, it has been beautiful. Yes, yeah.
I got full body chills when you said this is your ticket out. It was full, and I know you've told me this before, but I got full body chills right now. And I think it's really just deeply connected to, let's talk about one of your major gifts, which is what you, when you saw all the receipts, all the evidence right in front of you that your ex-husband had been cheating on you, instead of going into, there's something wrong with me, what's
Mm,
wrong with me that he's done this to me, instead your gift sort of popped up to the surface to
yeah.
show you all the threads of how this is happening for you, and you were shown, this is the ticket, this is my ticket out. And so let's talk about one of these gifts that I know that you're really going to be bringing forward for
Mm,
Lumina Circle and all the clients that you
yeah.
work with, around how you are shown how everything's happening for people. I would love to hear a little bit.
Yes, yes. Yes, this is as as like you said, with the process, I came to realize and see that this is definitely, a gift that I have. I have the ability to see things from like a higher perspective. I don't know, the hawk has always been one of my spiritual guides. And the hawk has that ability to see things from above. And with that ability, what I can do is understand all these different events that are happening and put them together to create the stream of the path of why these things are happening for you. And it's yeah, it's like bringing all these different instruments of a symphony and putting them together and listening and hearing the beautiful song. So it's like I said, when I got that those receipts, and when I see every single piece of my journey, I can see how I had been led one step and another to get where I am. Another piece that a great story that I like to tell about this is, through the process, I had a wonderful, wonderful attorney, one of the best in the area, that she was going to help me with the process. Well, she helped me. She taught me, incredible things about myself and everything. But through the process, right before we're starting to enter into the mediation process, the negotiation process, she passed away.
The attorney did, yeah.
Yes, the attorney passed away. And the moment she passed away, I was already, stepping into trust so strongly that I was put in a place where I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but I'm going to trust. Immediately I could, I was put with a different attorney. So, and she was wonderful. She was the one that was supposed to wrap everything up for me. So I have that ability, as things are happening. I don't need 3 years and, in the road, 4 years. as things are happening, I mean, immediately receiving how, okay, she passed away because she was not the right person to close up this for you. You needed someone different with a different energy. And I can see how all these things are happening and tangling together for you, for yeah, to lead you and to guide you to your highest self.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful when you can see that, and it brings you so much trust and alignment, and you can release some resentments. That's something beautiful about the process of understanding how things are happening for you, because with everything that my ex-husband did to me, I don't resent him because I see how he served me for 24 years for something, for my kids, even to, how, the miserable times with him were always serving me to take me and to bring me where I am today. So yeah, it's that vision of, oh wow, this is such a beautiful, beautiful tapestry of life that we are creating together. And I do have the ability to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's so powerful it's a powerful gift to be able to offer to clients inside of Lumina Circle. It really is because so many people um, aren't at a level yet where they can see from that higher perspective for themselves. And so it might make them not being able to see from that higher perspective might sometimes lead them to taking actions that are out of alignment. But having someone like you that can help them see clearly allows them to move in alignment. And let me go back to your journey with me a little bit because like you said, it was a few years ago that you took the quantum money business blueprint with me. And you took it because you knew you were meant to have a soul aligned business. But it led you to this huge release that you had to hold yourself through for a few years so that you could fully embody your gifts and be ready to actually hold that business. And you did that. You trusted. And I think so many people aren't aren't quite there yet. They're so close. But that level of trust that you had. And so it's like, well, I want to do the business first and then I'll heal later,
Mhm.
but you really trusted and allowed it to be what it was meant to be for you. And will you talk a little bit about that, about how, were you ever frustrated by this? Was it, how, but you leaned into trust.
Yes, yeah, of course. Through while I was doing the business course, I had quit my job because I knew intuitively that it was time to quit the job that I had. I was going to open a business, and as things are not happening, things are not starting. I'm like, what is it? So yes, you do enter into doubt and fear about, am I doing the right thing? But working with you is what brought me to that place of, hold on, no, we're knowing, trust, you just wait. Uh, 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 and I think, yeah, I was ready. I had been working with you for years already. I have done, I have done other courses, not just the business one. I have done other, I did the Quantum Light Academy with you too. So I feel that I was in a place where I was already prepared by you for this challenge.
Yeah.
So as things started to happen, it was always like, hold on, stop and remember, stop and remember, stop and remember. They were, of course, moments of, what is it? What's going on? But I do have to say again, the moment he, life decided and told me, okay, we need to remove this person from your life for you to move, I was clear. I was absolutely clear and trusting the process. There was no, like with you, it's funny, there are two times in my life or more, but recently in the last year and a half, where I've known that I have no other options. When I knew about my ex-husband's affair, for me, there was the only option was to get divorced. Like with leap year, the only option was, to do leap year. So
Yeah.
it's this knowing that I had, that my path was clear in front of, it was not clear. I didn't know I was going where I was going. I had
Yeah.
no idea where I was going, but I knew that that was the path. Yes. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, one more question, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about Lumina Circle because I really want to get
Yes.
into that. But before that, let's talk about Veronica because this really does, this is like what your gift does. If you had tried to force a business and not followed the path a few years ago when you took the Quantum Money Business Blueprint, if you had tried to force a business and said, I'm not dealing with this stuff with my husband. I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to make the business happen because that's what I want to do. And you tried to control that. Would you have been able to hold your soul aligned business, which is Lumina Circle? So tell
No,
me about
no, no.
that.
No, I was not ready. You know, when I took the class, I was not ready. And actually the horrible path is what prepared me for where I am today. I that path, and again, a divorce, ending a marriage of 25 years is not easy. And the whole process was about bringing out my voice. That was what that process, the legal process. I found myself writing, responding interrogatory questions that a judge was going to read, that my lawyer was going to read, where I talked about my spiritual path, where I talked about my crazy things that I believe. And the moment I sent those documents, I felt so much power because I was embodying who I really was and trusting. And I could not believe, oh my God, I just sent this document that lawyers and judges are going to be reading, talking about, spiritual experiences and all this. Uh, I, I couldn't believe I have done it, but every single step of the process, every horrible moment, everything brought me to a place where now I'm ready to start a business. I was definitely not ready if I did not go through the terrible, difficult journey. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. And like for me, it's understanding that doing your calling, it's not about the path has been perfect. It's about you've held yourself through the difficult things so that you know that you can hold others too. You can actually say, hey, it's okay. It doesn't matter how difficult it is. We can move through that because you've done it yourself. Like you're embodied. And I love this. I love this for like you're just creating in divine alignment, Lumina Circle. So tell me about, I know you have been holding in-person circles for quite some time now, and
Mm.
it is developing into Lumina Circle. So tell me how this all started for you.
Yes. Oh, so yes, I was interesting. I was ready to start holding, I knew I have to start holding women's circles. And it's very crazy, for people to believe that I held my first women's circle 5 days after I found out that my husband was having an affair. Yes, yes. It was led exactly like that. I was supposed to do it before, but it didn't work out. I sat with the pain of, I did have to release some stuff. But the moment that I already had the day, I already had all the people coming and everything, 5 days before I found my ticket, and I still held this women's circle where I held the energy for them. I sat up to talk about, trust, about manifesting, about creating your own life when I had all this exploding right behind me. But the level of trust was, I knew I had to do it. There was, I just knew I had to hold women's circles. So I did it for a year. That was also part of the experience process. For a full year, for 12 months, I held a women's circle, but it was a process of learning how to do it. Many times I felt that I felt frustrated, and I felt a little bit weird after the women's circles, that I didn't know why I was feeling like that. I thought that I was doing the right thing. Again, I know now that I was being led to learn what I really needed to communicate, how I really needed to do this, to bring my message out. So it's really beautiful, and this is something I've definitely learned from you. Is just, you have to stick to it. You have to be consistent. Just trust the process, and as difficult as some of those women's circles were sometimes. I kept doing it. I'm like, no, I'm digging my 100 feet hole. I'm not digging another one. I'm doing it. So I kept going and going until eventually I realized that women's circles were not what I was supposed to be doing. So I stopped doing that, and I recognized that I had to work with just the people that were ready for my message, that were ready to work with me. So now I've been still holding, it's the I call them energy activations and meditations, where just the people that really want to hear my message, that really find value with that what I'm sharing, we come once a month and we meet, and I start with sharing whatever message has come through during the month before, and then we do a beautiful energy activation, and it's yeah, so it's beautiful, the process of how it has evolved.
I
Yes,
love
yes,
that. And now you're feeling called to offer your
yes.
services online. I know your website is being built right now, and it's probably going to be available by the time this video is out. It's so exciting.
Yes, yes.
All right, so tell me about mm, the question that dropped in and then it just flew away. Um, tell me about you. Now here it is. Your message, because it's a very clear soul yes for you that I'm for the people that resonate with my message. So what is the message of Luminous Circle that's flowing through you?
Well, yes, the message is we are all the divine God, the divine source, uh, this intelligence that is behind us. This beautiful intelligence is expressing itself through us. That's the backbone of my message, is to help us remember this big, incredible truth about ourselves. We are, each and every single one of us is the divine, is an expression of the divine through every single one of us. So all the power, the wisdom, the intelligence of God, the divine, it's flowing and expressing through every single one of us. That's the main part, remembering that we are not alone, that we are all connected through this beautiful intelligence that I like to call the divine or God. And that intelligence expresses and experiences itself through every single one of us. And as God decided to yeah, divide itself into millions of pieces. It decided to experience itself through conscious beings as us humans, to experience, this beautiful, amazing energy that it is. And to that, it divided itself in all of us with a specific programming and a specific DNA that each and every single one of us. So its experience is unique and different through every single one of us. So that is, the main backbone of my teachings, remembering that we are the divine experiencing itself through every one of us in our uh, individuality, in our through our beautiful gifts, through our beautiful individual and unique programming that each and every single one of us are. And with that, there is also the physical aspect of us, which is our body, is the physical reality. So there is also our vessel. This is the vessel for this beautiful experience to happen through us. So connecting those three aspects of ourselves and activating that in each of us, it really changes everything.
Yeah.
So yes, that's
That's so beautiful. And I think that like for me, I can't get that reminder enough. You know, it doesn't matter how much we already know this. Putting ourselves in spaces where we are reminded of it is so powerful. I would love to hear, Veronica, um, about the moment that you wrote me a very, very special email many months ago. I don't remember how long ago it was, but that was just such a special email for me to open up because I was reading your experience of deep embodiment, and I would just love to hear a little bit about that from your perspective.
yes. I guess you're talking about the one where I realized that I had been channeling information throughout my entire life.
Yeah.
Uh, yes. I I have always had a very active mind. You know, I've always been in a place where my mind is always asking questions constantly. You know, everything that is happening for me all the time, you know, challenges and everything. My mind is always in a process of asking why, how can I do this better? You know, always, you know, questioning everything. A very in a way that, you know, like I've always considered myself a philosopher because, you know, it's like my mind is always asking all these really deep questions. And I I don't really remember how it happened and what it was, but it was a moment of realization where and you know, I've always asked questions, I've always found answers, you know, either through reading, either through, you know, finding you, or many times through the same, you know, busy mind, I would find myself through a, you know, a train of thoughts that would give me answers. And that was a moment, one of those moments that it's like it comes from out of nowhere, where you can, again, where I can see everything and how every single little thing, you know, pieced together, where I realized that I've been answering all those questions. I've been receiving answers to all those questions throughout all my life. It's not something that I have developed the last few years. It's something that has been always there, but I never saw it. I never knew it was there. I just thought I had to quiet my mind because that's what they tell you to do, quiet your mind. So it wasn't until that knowing came through me to understand that all that thought process is my uh, it's it's information that has always been channeling through me to bring answers, to bring awareness, to bring messages. I've always really enjoyed conversations, deep conversations with friends, family, and I've always thought that, you know, I just had good answers for them. You know, I just, you know, we would just have great talks. But now I understand that it was always something higher than myself that was bringing out messages. And what is beautiful is that from the moment that I embody that, those conversations have become even deeper, and the messages that come through are even stronger. And it's yeah, it's a beautiful process to suddenly realize, shoot, did I just said that? Where did that come from? But now I know it's just, you know, the information flowing. Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
I love it so much. All right, Veronica, so let's talk about how people can continue their journey with you.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
Like, you know, like I just said, deep conversations, that is definitely, you know, one of the ways where my gifts get and power up, you know, the most. And deep conversations is just, you know, sitting one on one with someone that is going through a difficult period in life, that is going, like I went through a divorce, or having, you know, tough at a life situation, any kind of life situations that it's difficult, and sitting down with that person one on one, in an open conversation. Yes, that's something that it's very important. If you know, the person coming to me, it's willing to, you know, it's ready to open up. And I think that, you know, I the way I talk to people creates a space to open up. So with those conversations, it's like a portal opens up for both of us to receive to receive information, because that's something that is very important for me and for my clients to understand, that this is not me healing anybody. This is a process where we work together for your healing and even for my healing. We are working together. And as you heal, I heal. And as you expand, I expand. So I'm here to guide you through those conversations. Like I said, it's something beautiful when those conversations happen. It's like a portal opens up and information runs through me to guide you to find your own answers and your own guidance. So yeah, so working one on one to do those on those deep conversations. Also, the energy activations. That's something that I also guide you through the energy activations. We activate that life from within, that connection with the divine. We activate the remembering of our DNA, our own programming, and the activation with the physical reality, and bringing all that, together in balance. Opens up at that portal to start seeing why things are happening for you, your connection with the divine. And yeah, yes, that's yeah, the energy activation. There is also releasing the things that are no longer there to serve you. So yeah, it's a process where we work together. I lead you through different steps to find your own answers and your own truth. Yes.
I'm so excited for everyone that is going to feel called to work with you. Know you're already working with people, but for everyone else that's going to come in, I'm so excited for you because Veronica is just so powerful. She's so deeply embodied. She really is the real deal. So I'm going to put links below for Veronica's website and Veronica's YouTube. And she is offering consultations, and she's also Lumina Circle is going to be expanding soon to offering group experiences online as well. So it's so exciting. Veronica, is there anything else you would like to share before we go?
Well, well, thank you, Erin. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity. And for anybody out there listening, you're ready. You are greater than you have ever believed that you are. You are amazing. And it's just time to find the answers and to find your path within. You're ready. And I promise, it's a beautiful, beautiful journey once you start.
Oh, I love
Yes.
it. So beautiful. Veronica, thank you so much for being here with
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Everyone
you,
who
Erin.
has been with us for this conversation, we appreciate you so much. We love you so much. Goodbye.